Good morning, everybody. As Chuck mentioned, my name's Cameron Hess. I am the son of Jay and Marjorie Hess. Jay was the son of Newell and Alta Hess. Newell was the son of Arthur and Elnora Hess, who was the descendant of Julia Hess and John W Hess. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to you today. Wanted to share a few things with you. When it was announced during the business meeting of the last John W Hess Reunion that Chuck needed to offload some of his many family organization responsibilities due to health problems, an attendee of that reunion who was seated next to me and had compassion on Chuck decided to help out. So he raised his hand and nominated me to serve as the family organization website administrator. And since there were no other volunteers or nominations, I won the election by a landslide. The person who nominated me decided not to attend this reunion, perhaps because he was embarrassed by the lackluster job that his nominee has done. So you be the judge. I would sure welcome some stiff competition from a more able candidate with more spare time than myself during the voting for website administrator at today's business meeting. As Chuck mentioned, on June 5th, 2014, Ancestry.com announced that they were planning to shut down the MyFamily.com service that tens of thousands of loyal paying customers, including the John W Hess Family Organization, were using to store and share family history content. Ancestry said that they were doing this so that they could focus on more important projects. That made a lot of us cringe. So Ancestry.com promised customers that they would provide a method for them to retrieve the content that they had painstakingly collected and documented for years. The only export tool that they actually provided was a zip format archive file of website photos with sequentially numbered names without any associated metadata that had existed in my family, such as who was in the photo, when it was taken, where it was taken, who took the photograph, etc. So no mechanism was provided to save any of the other information types that customers had uploaded or created online. Allow me to quote from an email that I sent to the John W Hess Board of Directors in early August of last year. I wanted to give the John W Hess Family Organization an update on the effort to rescue the contents of the website before the MyFamily.com hosting company discontinues the site at the end of September. It is some small consolation that we are not the only ones aboard this sinking ship. There are many other family organizations who have even more time and data invested in their sites than we have. They are also complaining loudly to the company who bought out MyFamily.com, which is Ancestry.com, but to no avail. Apparently the decision to pull the plug on MyFamily.com is a business decision. And despite reassurances that almost all my family data will be salvageable, Ancestry.com has still not provided a suitable migration option for their current customers. The only migration option Ancestry.com has so far provided is a zip file containing unnamed sequential numbered photos from the My Family site without any of their associated metadata. So this is similar to taking a well-organized photo album that's well-documented and exchanging it for a box full of undocumented photos that have nothing written on the back and nobody knows anything about. And that was just the photographs. Ancestry has provided no automated migration option to retrieve many of the other data formats. It's amazing that they would provide customers with no way to save their data other than the very time-consuming and tedious method of manually copying each object to a personal computer and then re-uploading it to some new hosting site. So the different types of data that we had on my family were, there was an address book containing secure contact information, there was a customizable calendar, there was a chat option where members of the website could log on and talk with one another in real time, either privately or in a group. There were user-submitted family trees. There was a file cabinet into which any type of computer file can be uploaded, stored, and searched. There was a What's New section, a search engine, so you could check out what had been recently uploaded. There was a member list showing the last logon date, the rights, whether the person was a user or an administrator, and an email address. Other categories were news, current events, and family interest stories. There were documented photographs and photo albums or categories. You could also create reviews for movies, restaurants, music, etc. And then there were website utilities for both members and administrators. At that time there were, well, let me jump ahead here. The best third-party migration option that I have come across, I'm still quoting from the letter to the board. The best third-party migration option that I have come across thus far is a hosting company called Spoked, spelled S-P-O-K-T, and pronounced like spoke on a hub, because their websites are actually referred to as hubs. So I provided them with the website for the spoke.com. Whereas the My Family Premium site that we were using included a site domain and 5 gigabytes of space that we were using about 35% at the time, for an advertised price of $110 a year, Spoke charges $29 a year and has 15 gigabytes of data and a 75-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Spoke also offers an automated site migration process called Mayflower that transfers a lot of the data from Mayflower to My Family. And that was for a flat fee of $69. In my opinion, this is a bargain, even if it only automates the saving of some of the data, considering that online blogs posts by administrators of other My Family sites state that they have received quotes from independent companies ranging from $10,000 to $15,000 to migrate their My Family websites to custom-built replacement websites, and also due to the fast approaching end of September deadline. So, again, this is my letter to the board. Last week I decided to take a chance and created a John W Hess Spoked hub and initiated a migration of the data from My Family site to Spoke. So at the time of this email to the board, the migration process was still going on, and in a week or so it was complete. So the results of the migration were that 222 files were transferred, 208 news threads, 925 photos, 1 recipe, 138 history threads, and 440 member records. Now there were a few files that didn't migrate over from My Family to Spoke. Some of these were corrupt in My Family, and in these cases I tried to contact the person who originally uploaded the file and asked them to re-upload a copy of their original file to Spoke. For the non-corrupt files that did not migrate for one reason or another, before My Family was shut down, I was able to manually download most of these non-migrated files and then manually upload them to Spoke. I believe that a very high percentage, in the high 90% range, of the My Family data that was supported in Spoke was successfully migrated. Going back to my email to the board of directors, I think we will still want to perhaps include some social media in our future family organization plans to appeal to the rising generation, but step one was to save the data in our current website. I did find out that there is already a John W Hess Facebook page, and more than 100 people have liked the site. I contacted the owner of the John W Hess Facebook page and received the following reply. My name is Jesse Anderson, son of Alan H. Anderson, son of Amy Marlene Hess Anderson, great-granddaughter of John W. Hess. To the best of my knowledge, I'm not a member of the John W. Hess website or myfamily.com, nor the John W. Hess Family Organization. So she inquired, how do you join and what are their goals? And I provided her with that information, and she joined the website. I looked at the website again earlier this week, and it's still not very active. I posted an entry about this reunion, and the administrator of the website has to approve it before it's visible to the public, and that did not happen. So I tried to send her an email and say, can you approve this? And I don't know if she's if her email's changed or what, but I didn't get a reply back. Okay, so that's the end of my email to the board. Serving as the John W. Hess website administrator these past several years and migrating the website content from my family to Spoke has provided me the blessing of becoming more familiar with the content that so many people have worked so hard to create and share regarding the John W. Hess extended family in particular and the Mormon pioneers in general. The contents of our family history website is the equivalent of our own small and large plates of Nephi. Some content is inspirational and faith-promoting, and some is historical and very interesting. The content should be considered extended Hess family scripture. It has the power to help fulfill the mission of Elijah by turning the hearts of the fathers to the children and the children to the fathers. I have not done a good job encouraging participation and regular access of website resources. I wish I had thought ahead and made arrangements for internet access and a projector so that I could demonstrate the website for those who are interested today. Of the 444 accounts that Spoke reports were migrated from my family, only about 24 have logged on to the website this year. I need to identify which accounts belong to family members who have died and delete those accounts. I need to identify, and by the way, doing that wouldn't affect any content that they'd updated. It would just clean out old accounts. I need to identify which accounts have outdated contact information and try to obtain current versions of the same. I need to clean up odd characters that still exist in the address fields of some Spoke accounts due to having imported address information from my family that was all in one field, but just separated by carriage returns. And so when it was imported into Spoke, there's all these strange capital A's with wiggly signs over them, over the top, that need to be cleaned up. If you are not now a regular visitor to our website, I would encourage you to set aside 15 to 30 minutes a week to begin to explore the personal and family life stories, the photographs, the interesting historical accounts, the genealogy tips and resource references, and much more. To encourage John W. Hess descendants to explore this library of Hess family history, I'm considering creating an open book family history quiz containing questions related to important or interesting Hess family historical facts or events for which answers can be searched for and found on the website. I hope to come up with some kind of public recognition or prize for those who complete the quiz with a passing grade. I've sent an email to the Spoke Tech Support asking how I can find out and report to you the quantity of each type of object that's currently on our website. I gave you some stats about what was migrated last August, but the first level support didn't know how to get that information, and they passed it on to the second level, and I haven't heard back from them yet. So when I get that, I'll post it on the website. I'm also awaiting a reply to my question whether it's possible to automatically create recurring annual calendar entries for birthday entries for members of the website, so that on the calendar it says, it's Chuck's birthday today, everybody send him a well wishes and tell him he's still 39 and doing great. I haven't heard back on that inquiry either. I'll let you know. What I do know is that we are currently using about 1.9 gigabytes of the 15 gigabytes we are allocated, or about 13% of the available storage. So this is the end of my presentation. Before I ask whether anyone has any questions they would like to ask, I would just strongly like to advise anyone who uploads any content to any website to keep a copy themselves of the original content on at least 2 different storage devices, because you can't always make the assumption that the people that you upload your content to are going to treat it and make it available to you in the future. I would now like to entertain any John W. Hess related questions that anybody might have about the website.
What's the address? How can we access it?
I can get you that after we meet. It's basically www.spoke.com/ and then a number that you need for our website. And
you think you could email it? It could be emailed out to us?
We can send that out to the list of emails that we have.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. Any comments from anybody in the peanut gallery? Okay, Heather, go ahead and embarrass me.
On the address be changed to John W. Hess so that it's a lot easier to access?
I don't think so. I think that's their, they assigned you a unique number, and if we had a custom website, I think that could be available. But we're using, we're trying to use an off-the-shelf system. So it would be handy if it was spoke.com/JWH, but I don't know how to do that. Yes?
How do you get people on it? I've got several villages inviting me on the boat, and I put it on for to do it, but they have everything approved and accepted.
Administrators to the website can send out invitations to people to join. And they say that's my point. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to provide incentives to get people to go in there and poke around and look and say, oh yeah, this is interesting. This is of value to me. We're all busy, but Sundays are a great day to take time to do a little bit of family history work. And I think our next speaker is probably going to talk to us a little bit about the importance of doing some family history work. So I'm open for suggestions on what we can do as an organization to try and encourage, especially the next generation, the rising generation, to take advantage of this.
I think she's saying that they can't access it, not that they don't.
Oh, not that they're not trying, it's that when they try to... So the link that they have doesn't work? Doesn't take them to the website?
Give us a link again. Repeat that again.
I think the question was that some people had tried to access the website and it didn't work for them.
She's on it.
I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on the path, but I don't think I'm on the right thing, so tell me your link again. JohnWSpoke.com. Repeat that on the same.
What's the number?
All right, so for those of you that either have internet access at the moment or LDS access through Wi-Fi here in this building, let's see if I can, now we're all going to this website and the Wi-Fi is slowing to a crawl. Okay, so it's http://spoke.com/hubs, plural, So it's http
No, is that not necessary? We have to do the HTTP.
spoked.com, SPOKT.com/hubs, HUBS plural, /9333304. 933304.
JohnWHess.org is available. Do you want to, I mean, it's $8. You want to just get it and forward it?
I don't know if there's a way to direct this website to it.
There is. I mean, it would just be, it would forward straight through, but it's easily doable.
We can investigate that. Anything else? I think I've taken more than my fair share of
I have a
time.
question or comment over here.
Yeah, you just asked it. If you think of something later, you know, like I said, I'd love for somebody smarter than me to take over and do a better job.
Cam?
Yes, Chuck.
I get an email every day saying there's new content on Spoked, because I guess you sent me the invitation to it. I click on it, I can get on it no problem. If people are interested, can't you send them an invitation today?
Absolutely.
Or send you an email?
Yes.
And yeah, just send Cam an email.
So if you want an invitation, come see me and give me your email address. If you're not already a member, if you are a member, I'll resend an invitation. So, you know, just come talk to me. Maybe I'll set up a sign-up sheet.
Do I have the ability to do that too?
Pardon? Yeah, you're an administrator.
Contact me too. I'll be happy to do it.
What was the question?
It says there's a username and password when I try to log in Spoked.
If you haven't been sent the invitation, then you won't be a member and you won't be able to log in.
I see.
So that's why it's not open to the public. It's by invitation. And so everybody that was on the myfamily.com, 444 people were sent an invitation last August, but it could end up in your spam filter. It might have, you know, scrolled off your screen when you were on vacation or something. So, like I said, we'll set up a sign-up sheet, and if you're interested, just give us your email address, and we'll get you another invitation.
How do we, so we're the only ones here from our family here, so once we get an invitation, how do we get them to get an invitation so they can get on the site too?
Send me their email address.
Okay.
If you have an email address that works for them, we can send them an invitation without, you know, them asking for it. Whether they respond to it or not, of course, is up to them. Yes?
Thank you for dedicating so much time to saving all of that family. Very much appreciated.